is our Doyle Library on the Santa Rosa campus, and all of the materials in it are there's no VOCs, and the glue was sustainably purchased, and there was a huge oak tree and where they were going to build this building, and so they cut down the tree, but they used it as an art sculpture, so that the treeness and the idea of the tree and trying to build around nature is still kept within that building. And then the bottom picture is our Mahoney Library at the Petaluma campus, which is again a green building. And then the top right is our new student center, which we're going to be talking about. It's the Lawrence A. Bertolini building. So I would now like to move to our vision for the club. So we've been talking about how we've wanted to create community. Well, the only way we could do that was to connect faculty, staff, students, and outside community members, which is a huge task. By working with these groups, we could instill the principles of the 6 R's. So most of you are familiar with the first 3, basic waste education, reduce, reuse, and recycle. The bottom 3 are a little more what we base our actions on. So taking responsibility. Taking responsibility of your actions, taking responsibility of your own environment and finding your stewardship within it, and redirecting. So creating that closed loop system, not only of waste, but of the social system. So how do we create a sustainable social system? And retrieving the resources. So we're working with this model and we're developing it as we go on. Okay, so Robert Ethington, who addressed us, brought us our first challenge to focus on our energy on creating a sustainable behavior in our new student center and cafeteria. So we did this on 3 levels. The first level, get my card ready, is we explored outreach. So in order to create a program, we needed to have multiple parties involved. And Robert introduced us to these parties through the Bertolini Green Project, was a festival celebrating the opening of the building and also bringing different parties who are all working together to create it, like our food providers and North Bay Recycling and just multiple parties. And it was from here that we got students excited about creating a green squad, a waste education. We got faculty members wanting us to come and talk to their classes. And we also met 2 key players, Maitri Sagari from the Climate Protection Campaign and Haley Barnes from North Bay Recycling, who would both help us in our later projects.
So we wanted to put together a green team to try to, this is the Green Squad, which is the shirts we made. We wanted to basically try to, with this Green Squad, we would try to create the sustainable actions inside the building. We, we invited friends and the few club members at that point that we had gotten, and we basically held training sessions before the Student Center opened and educated the students on the green features of the building, as well as the logistics of waste recovery, recycling, what is CRB, what goes in the trash, etc.
And then thirdly, we wanted to be a model. So we couldn't expect to see change unless we were the change ourselves. So that meant being as visibly as possible with our waste program. And that involved really every free time that we had was being in that building and being next to the bins and initiating the recycling diversion visibly so that people could see us and we could start sparking the right behavior that we wanted to initiate.
Okay, so our first task is this thing we were talking about with helping, basically educating students on what goes in the right bins in the new Bertolini Student Center. We met with architects, the building planner, the facilities manager, and we toured the building before it opened, learning about the green features of the building. And we also, we were kind of trying to plot out how the waste recovery system that we were designing would actually work. To help us educate our club members about these facts about recycling, we met up with the North Bay Recycling Coordinator, Haley Barnes, that we mentioned, and our our grounds coordinator, Carl Dobson, who, between the two of them, they basically taught us the ABCs of recycling. To extend the education further, we actually went on a field trip to North Bay Recycling and saw the process of recycling, how they sort everything, where it all goes, what they do with it, etc.
So, as he said, we formed a green squad. So our center opened in January, and we had members next to each resource recovery station, as we like to call it, which was basically the CRV trash and recycling bin. And not only did students volunteer, but we also got faculty members to volunteer, which was really critical in showing that not only, is this just a student club, but it's also faculty are taking an interest and are gonna be there and give support. So that was really big. There we go. So while we were doing the diversion and making it visible, people would come up to us and ask us, why are you doing this? Or are you getting paid? Or some would thank us, and we always loved that. But what really surprised us was that I had the idea, at least, that we were bringing new issues to our student body. We were teaching them new recycling methods that they hadn't realized before or hadn't paid attention, but it was actually the student and faculty body brought to us more ideas than we thought. They kept asking us, when are we going to get a composting system? When is that coming? And really, this formed our club to become a bridge. So while the institution was moving slowly, we saw that the students and the faculty had all these great ideas, and if we could link them together, then we could bring all the parties to the same table and make changes faster in community college-wise. So.